गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन वन्दे श्री गुरुवे नमः। शांति शांति शांति। प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो। मन में आन बसो। मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो। आने बसो, आने बसो, आने बसो, आने बसो। With the grace of Lord, we receive the body and the mind, and this mind is the tool through which we are living our lives. And the mind, if it's not trained, then mind can be your worst enemy. And if mind is trained well, then it is your best friend. No college, no university, nobody is teaching about how to train the mind. Nobody is doing that. So all the syllabus is taught, every relevant to what the society needs, not what you need. Society needs clerks, engineers, doctors, physicians, laborers, masons, carpenters, plumbers, accountants, lawyers, CPA. Society doesn't need enlightened beings. Society doesn't need an awakened person. So society trains a child so that one day that child can be of some use to the society to run this machinery of family, of country. So they need people who will go to war, get themselves killed, and they'll be called a martyr. Although no politician will send his own children into army. So they want somebody else's child to get killed, never theirs. Society needs people to run this machinery, family, government, countries, etc., etc. They don't need, society doesn't expect you to be a sane person. So they are very okay if you are depressed, frustrated, broken, psychiatrically unfit. They say, it doesn't matter to me, you just do your work. If you are an accountant, do your accounts. If you are engineering, do the engineering. If you are a doctor, a physician, treat. If you are a surgeon, go and treat. But we are not bothered about what is your mental state. Although when we meet one another, we ask first question is, how are you? Right? How are you? Mostly the answer is, please tell me what is the answer? What is the answer which you give? I'm fine. Is that a true answer? So you are a liar. And society is okay with this lie. But if somebody is little more friendly to you and more open to you and more close to you, then you might talk about that, well, my body is not doing well, I am hurting, my arthritis is bad, my cough is bad, I can't sleep properly. And then they'll say, okay, go to a doctor. So you go to a doctor and the doctor gives you a cough syrup which actually has more of a sleeping portion into that. So you take a cough syrup and then the syrup in itself comes with the warning, don't drive, don't operate a heavy machinery. It will be risk to your life and to others. Even if you're sneezing hard, they'll give you a tablet or a spray and will say, use it, and actually all these sprays are just numbing your system so that you don't feel that itch which is making you take a sneeze. So they are numbing your sinuses. So the brain is not receiving the trouble information, and they say it is the treatment best which we can give to you. But again, all these medicines come with the warning, you might feel drowsy. And now everybody is expecting you to work, so they are not worried about if you are sneezing or coughing or something. As long as it is not a Zika fever, they are not worried. Or an H1N1, they are not worried. Just a fever, doesn't matter, take a tablet, go to work. So work, work, work. Once in a while, when you think and you try to think what's happening to me, and that's sometimes when you feel little low. When you feel little low, then your friends and your relatives say, okay, let's go shopping. It will pick you up. It just picks you up. But then your credit card comes with a limit sometimes. And then you are already in a debt. So you cannot shop more. So there is a limit, but you still shop. And after carrying those shopping bags and spending your money, you feel good. Oh my God. You buy all those things which you don't need. And especially if it is a sale, you love that. So you'll buy all the woolens in summers and all the summer clothes in winter. And stuff your closets and then throw it next year out because the fashion has changed. So you feel low, then somebody comes forward and say, okay, let's go to a bar. Have a drink. And their afternoon times is called the happy hours. So to lose your unhappiness, you need a bar which gives you a happy hour. So buy a drink and another drink comes free and people are so happy. To put that poison in their body, they say, oh, I'm feeling so good. What does liquor do? Liquor hits via the bloodstream to your brain, especially your prefrontal brain, takes away your ability to think right, makes your brain go fuzzy. So you even lose the ability to walk straight, and somebody is helping you out, and people just fall and they injure themselves, and sometimes they drive a car after drinking, they injure somebody else too, and themselves too. But they say this is what picks them up. So in America, there is a no harm which doesn't have a mini bar. They might have a big bar, some have really big bars, that the regular commercial bar will be ashamed of that bar. It will be so big and so good. And then some will have mini bar, and some will have, stacked up in their cupboard somewhere. Because somebody in their family objects, why do you drink? And then you wonder, I am in so much stress. And this mama is always saying, don't drink, don't. If I don't drink, how will I work? If I don't drink, how will I live? If I don't drink, how will I survive? To survive the nonsense of the life, you need a drink. And now with the US government opening up, some states are opening up the law of the marijuana. So now you can have a legal marijuana and smoke anywhere and everywhere and have a great time. You don't need to go to a bar. And I've heard that now these people are growing cannabis even in their backyards. Once illegal is now legal. So when mind is in stress, it just tries to cope up in one way or the another. Whatever best you know. Some people gamble. They go to casino. They have money, they can spend, they can lose some, they can win some. So they love to be in a casino. And casinos are popular. And nowadays you have mobile casinos. Mobile carries a casino. Now coming back from Chicago, my co-passenger was playing cards in his phone. So all the 2 hours, he was playing cards. It's bad to have a peep what the other person is doing, but when somebody is holding phone so long, you are going to check what is he doing on the phone. And it turned out to be, he was busy from Ikka to Varsha. So an imaginary queen, an imaginary gulam, and an imaginary Varsha, and the imaginary aces, and he's playing with himself. There is nobody else, but he's playing with himself. And at one time he laughed out loud. I really wanted to ask, but I could see that he must have won from himself. If there had been a psychiatrist, then the person would have said, oh, he has bipolar. Or he is a schizophrenic, because he has split himself into 2. And he is playing with himself. And he is happy when he has won. And another time he gave a big sigh. I could understand he has lost from himself. People have unhappiness, they are stressed out. Then people have everything in their home, possibly what a money can buy, and yet they are in a stress. They have a very good family, but they still feel stress. When they have too much money, they have stress. When they have no money, they have stress. When they have children, they have stress. When they have no children, they have stress. When they are not married, stress. When they are married, stress. When they are in the US, so much stress. Let's go India to de-stress. They go India, no electricity, so much stress. They come back, US will be fine. But didn't you left US to have good time? So people keep on changing the places. People keep on changing wives sometimes. Yeah, that's why the divorce is happening. Sometimes women are changing husbands too. They say, no, I cannot live with you. I'm not happy. Why? Why she is not happy? Why he is not happy? Because the mind is demanding. A husband might be demanding an Aishwarya Rai, but what he gets is a big fatso. Or too skinny. If you want to be unhappy, you will create a reason to be unhappy. And woman was dreaming for a hunk and a handsome man with thick wallet. But what she got was a big stomach, a paunch, and just few hairs on the head. In 30s, young boys are losing their hair. There is some sitting in front. Even now, hair is gone. Do you know why? Hair is gone because of too much of stress. In Ayurveda, we call it a pitta aggravation. When too much pitta aggravation happens, when there is too much of anger, when there is too much of sleepless nights, the first thing which will be damaged is going to be your hair, second would be your skin. And that's why women have the dark eye circles. And women have freckles. And women have hormonal issues. And there is then trouble which begins to brew in the body, but actually it started from the mind. Stress doesn't happen in the body, stress happens in mind. You never say, my hand is very stressed today, or my foot is stressed, or my nose is stressed. You can lie a whole day, you still don't grow nose like Pinocchio. So your nose is never stressed. Lips are never stressed. What is stress? Your mind. And mind can create hundreds of reasons to be. And sometimes when there is nothing to worry, then they worry, how come I have no worry? Everybody say I have something to worry. I am recalling a woman went to a surgeon, her family doctor, and she says, can you please do a surgery onto me? I said, what's that question? Why should I do a surgery onto you? She said, well, in my kitty party, all the ladies have got some or another surgery done. A knee replacement or a tonsillitis or this or that. Please do some, sir. I have nothing to say. I can't get sympathy. Nobody gives attention to me. Everybody has a sad story. I have no sad story. Doctor said, but I cannot do just any surgery onto you. She said, but why not? If nothing else, then I believe you can take my appendix out. I can lose that. Then people will pay attention onto me. We are so craving for attention. And we are so craving for some kind of, the ego wishes to have a trip. I am important. I have a place. I have a position. So you're stressing out, working out physically more because your mind is wanting something. That something can be anything. So your mind is seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking. Hence the body is working. And people, I have heard, are doing 3 jobs here. Sometimes 2 jobs. Some say, I don't do 2, 3 jobs. I have a big business. So I am 18 hours in my office. I have a change of clothes there and a bathroom there. I asked, what about wife? He said, who cares? She comes, cooks my food, sometimes sends me. And then I can do hello, hi on Skype. For what is the use of Skype? Let the children be there wherever they want to be. Let the wife be wherever she wants to be. So she is busy with her friends, goes to Vegas, goes to her own fun trips, goes to cruises. And I am very busy in my work and I have given her too many credit cards and she is very happy with that. I said, okay. Then she should have married a credit card. Why did she marry you? And he said, maybe for my credit cards only. A mind which is filled with too much stress, this mind will now create some damages into the body. And there is a deep relation in between your mind and your body. Now, body is visible, mind is not. You have never seen your own mind. Have you? Nobody has seen their mind. So if somebody expects you, mind your own business, then you can say, I have never seen my mind, so I cannot mind my mind. And because I cannot mind my mind, I am going to mind your mind. So I am going to object about what you do and what you say and what you wear, and I'll have an opinion about everything and condemn you for doing everything. One obsession which the modern man is having is that we are too obsessed with others, what others are doing. What are they wearing? What are they eating? Where are they going? What are they doing even on their phone? Say if 10 people are playing Pokemon, they want to play Pokemon. Last time when I was in US, I was so surprised people are walking with their phone like this and they're just walking and walking. I said, what's happening? I was in the park. They said they're looking for that Pokemon. I said they should have been looking for their own mind first. But we are not looking for our mind, but we are looking for an imaginary game character. How much time we have to waste? And then these very same people say, I cannot meditate, I have no time to meditate, but they have time to play Pokemon. They don't know what to do with their own time. And you know, the biggest punishment for anybody is to be in a house and be alone. Be in an apartment and be alone. Say just for a moment your mobile phone is taken away, your cable is cut, your internet is now nowhere, and you are just left with yourself. How would you like to be? That would be like a jail, a solitary confinement. We are running away from our own mind. We don't want to deal with our own mind issues. That is why we want to deal in the cards and play with it. We want to deal with shopping and play with it. We want to go to window shopping. If not, you don't have money, you'll still go for window shopping. Why? Because we don't want to deal with our own mind. And mind is in deep grief and misery and pain. And somehow nobody else is harming you, but it is your own loved ones who harm you sometimes. Because we give so much attention and importance to others, so what others say to us bothers us so much. Even a single small word can offend you so big that your blood pressure will be shooting up, or you can go into depression. Just one single word is enough. That is enough. And that is what I call the power of mind. A mind which is in stress, a mind which is in distress, a mind which is in too much of desires, a mind which is expecting too much from others. This mind will create a disease. The disease is called stress. In a way, I would say stress isn't an external thing which comes from outside in your system. Stress is something which you create with great excellence. And you have beautiful stress in you. And if there could be an Olympics, who is stressed more? Everybody would be victorious, would be winning an award. So people want to deal with stress, and that way is by not accepting that they have stress. Denial is the one way. I don't have any stress. Why would I have stress? I have family, I have money, I have car, I have house. Why would I be stressed? No, I don't have any stress. Denial is the first way, the way with which people won't even accept they have it. And now, if you don't even accept a problem, how will you deal with the problem? If you are in a denial, say somebody has a cancer, and if you deny that you have a cancer, how will you get treatment of the cancer? So the first step is in this line by accepting that yes, I have stress. But well, again, because we so love to speak lies, hence I know many people over here would still say that no, I don't have it. I can give you just few examples. So you check on your own, and maybe you can say yes. Yeah? And if the answer is yes. And you can say no if the answer is no. Okay. Do you get frequent headaches? Do you get irritated easily? Yeah, good. Do you get engrossed in compulsive and uncontrolled thinking? Uncontrolled thinking. Does that happen? Please respond. Otherwise I would feel you are sleeping. Okay, do you, if you're say sitting in a waiting room or in a bus or something, do you have a habit of biting your own nails or tapping your feet or scratching your head if a challenge comes to you? Good. Do you talk compulsively? Big liars. Okay, if anybody objects to you for anything, do you have an attitude, as in we say in Punjabi, tennu ki? Yes or no? There you go. So if you have said yes 60%, then I proclaim you have stress. Yeah, that is the thing. That we don't need to hide it. We don't need to hide it. Because if you will hide your own stress, then you are closing the doors to yourself. Now what happens is that if you have stress, then it takes a toll on your body. Let's talk about the body. First toll is, if the stress has element of depression into it and greed into it. Now see, I am making a pot of puri for you. I am making a dish now for you. There is a stress, but there is some depression or sadness into it, or there is a greed into it. Then it will have an expression in your body in form of constipation. Now I ask, how many of you have constipation? Now you might wonder that we came here to learn about stress and mind, and she's talking about our bowel movement. Constipated or diarrhea? If the undercurrent is of anger, then the expression would be in form of diarrhea, IBS, nausea, dizziness. Stress can have an expression in form of chest pain, in form of rapid heartbeat, palpitations. It will have an effect upon your eating patterns. If you are stressed, either you will not eat anything. Again, if the portion has a depression into it, then you won't like to eat anything. You then just like to be alone, left alone. Don't disturb. Want to sleep, even in daytime. If the portion of anger is in your stress, then you'll be eating too much. If there is a sadness, and that sadness gives a feeling of an emptiness, that gives a false hunger pangs. So you will be eating again and again, and you still feel not satiated, not full. And sometimes that is when you are feeling a nausea or a dizziness, and when you are feeling a little off, that is when people tend to move towards alcohol or drugs or cigarettes. The emotional impact of stress is this, that it gives you moodiness. Now you will say, who is not moody? Especially for women, they are blamed for being too moody. Even if she's not having a PMS, if she's not, talking nicely, or she's a bit irritated, even the staffers sometimes say, are you having a PMS? Otherwise, why should you behave like that? The premenstrual syndrome. The truth is this, if you have stress, you will be moody, you will be irritable, you will have short temper. See, we are trying to analyze everything. And now I am into the emotional symptoms. And having an irritated behavior is a perfect sign and symptom of there is too much stress over here. Sense of loneliness. Family is there and yet you are feeling lonely. And now, because it is so odd that you wouldn't like to share it with anybody, because people would say, "Tera dimag kharab ho gaya." You get labeled that you are crazy. So people just hide it within. They are lonely, but they'll hide it in. And this loneliness further aggravates the stress. And feeling of isolation. I'm alone. Everybody's there, yet the feeling is I am alone. And this is something I am so surprised. Canada, America, 2 countries I have traveled far and wide, met hundreds of people. And in their privacy, they have a very happy family. But the moment they get a chance to be alone with me, they say, "Oh, I don't know why I feel like crying." And I know what the problem is. Feel isolated, they feel so isolated and lonely. They spend in the time again and again in the bathroom to cry so that nobody else sees. The mom is crying. No child wants to see his mom crying. It's too difficult to explain to a child. Too difficult to explain to any friend or relative. If you are crying and say, "Why are you crying?" and you say, "I don't know why." The dimag kharab. Right away they'll say, "Are you crazy? Why are you crying? What's the reason?" If in continuity this goes on, then it affects your cognitive behavior. That is, you will be having very low concentration. Very, very low concentration, very, very poor memory. And that is why people tend to forget their keys. People tend to forget, what they were supposed to do. And sometimes they rush to do something, and by the time, say, they were in the bedroom, they go to the kitchen, by the time they reach the kitchen, they've forgotten, "Oh, main karan ke aaya si? Why was I here?" Then they'll go back again, and then they'll ask, "Will you tell me why did I go to kitchen?" They say, "Well, you went to bring some water for me." Again, "Are you crazy?" See, it's a very common thing which begins to happen. You go to a store to do your grocery, you buy everything, but not that thing which you were supposed to buy. And then you wonder what's gone wrong. Then you write it on a slip. Smart people do that. Initially it used to be a paper and pen thing. Now it is your, the mobile phone. And so you keep things, a list, what I need to buy and from where. So you make a route and you do everything. And then you go in your car, you do the first thing, you're supposed to do 2-3 things more, but then you forget that note which you made. And you come back home. So, "Did you do the job?" "Oh, yes." "What did you do? Did you bring milk?" "Oh. I was wondering, what am I forgetting? I was wondering, what did I miss?" And I walked past the milk booth so many times, and I would even look, "Oh, this kind of milk is there." But still it didn't strike me that I was supposed to pick up the milk. But I did pick up the butter. She said, "Will I make cha with butter?" "I need milk to make tea. Go on back now." So you go for the second time. So memory loss and low concentration. Reason is stress. Just simple stress. Now there is no meter or a gadget or a medical equipment which can gauge how much stress you have. It isn't there. So only you feel it. But sometimes the stress takes a toll onto your blood pressure. And many times people say to me, "बाकी सब ठीक है, बस बीपी पता नहीं क्यों बढ़ गए." बाकी सब ठीक है. Well, if everything is fine, then your BP should have been fine. This year, with Indian Council of Medical Research, we did a clinical trial on one of a yogic method called Yoga Nidra, which I have been teaching from last 8 years. And the results were so good and great, but they were all subjective. And there was no scientific study done on Yoga Nidra. So we approached the institute, the Indian Council of Medical Research, and finally they agreed. And in Hyderabad, 7 scientists panel was made, and they chose 75 subjects from general masses, and their parameters were checked, and the BP was taken, even the glucose insulin levels were taken, CRP was taken, homocysteine levels was taken. So they added many more things to it. My concern was just about the high blood pressure, but they said, let's add on to these. So blood work is going to be done, so let's do what more we can do. So glucose, insulin, and the stress hormone, cortisol. See, isn't it strange? When you are in stress, your body is like a chemical factory. It gets order, make what? Cortisol. And the cortisol comes in the blood. And this cortisol makes you more worrisome. And if you have a higher amount of cortisol running in your bloodstream, you are now more probabilities of blockages is going to be there. Of cardiomyopathy is going to be there. Of palpitations is going to be there. Panic attacks are going to happen. Anxieties are going to happen. Just because you have more cortisol. Reason is your stress. So they took the cortisol levels were also taken. And then it went on that people would come, and every time their blood pressure is taken, they will do Yoga Nidra, they'll go back, they'll come again they will do repeat. And then every week the blood pressure was being monitored, and every month, at the month end, after 4 weeks, they would get the blood work done. And what they found was, the beauty of just doing Yoga Nidra was this, that their blood pressures came down from 143 by 118 to 72 by 120. So 143. So systolic and diastolic, both blood pressures came down. No medication. We had two groups. One who were the control group, one was the experimental group. One who were taking the meds, one who are not taking the meds. So they are just doing the Yoga Nidra. Now what was Yoga Nidra doing? Yoga Nidra is a process where you follow the instructions. You do it while lying down in a, when you want to sleep, you just lie down. So with no external sounds, meaning obviously mobile phone is off, and you ask somebody if there is around and not to make a noise. We create a good environment which is good for sleep. But we are not going to sleep. We are going to remain conscious but in sleep. And it's a very contradictory statement what I am saying. Either you are conscious or you are asleep. If you are asleep, you lose the body consciousness. And if you have the body consciousness, then there is no sleep. Right? Right? But Yoga Nidra takes you to a state where you are in that sleep mode, but you are totally conscious. First step, you go into deep inhalations and exhalations. Step 2, you go into the attentively, we rotate our attention, our awareness into the body from toe to head, from limb to limb, left and right, chest, back, and every part, whichever you can feel. Now, these instructions are coming because you are lying down. I don't want the frontal brain to do any thinking. Hence, the suggestions are coming to take your attention now to your right thumb. You can do it even now. See, just now, with your eyes open. We don't even need to close your eyes. Just wherever your right hand is, make your attention go to your right thumb. You don't need to move it, just feel it. right hand index finger, right hand middle finger, right hand third finger, right hand pinky, your wrist, your elbow. Take your attention to your head. Take your attention to your chest. Take your attention to your stomach. Take your attention to your shoulders. Are you getting it? The only thing is, when you will do with your closed eyes, the focus would be more sharper and the feeling will be more stronger. And then the attention is taken to the breathing and the reverse count is done. And then comes the part, this is the zone where usually people will doze off, because they are going to be so relaxed that sleep will take over. But in the beginning, we did one thing, and that is taking a resolve, a sankalpa. I will not sleep. I will not sleep. And then my voice is there guiding you, anchoring you onto the waking state, and you don't go into the dream state or the sleep state. So the voice is anchoring, and you are listening, and listening, and listening. And at the final stages of the visualization, which is a fantastic experience which one can have. Now, this Yoga Nidra procedure is not which I have invented, but this is a practice which was there in our yoga scriptures, which was there in our Upanishads, and it was just well compiled, and we created a system. I made an audio CD out of that. It's digitally also available. Just for one reason, that not everybody can come to me to get their mind sorted. Strange. You are living with the mind. Mind is not sorted. Mind is in a stress. Yet you are not seeking a help to sort your own mind. Isn't it odd? People are unhappy. People are lonely. People are sad. They are crying. They are crying in their bathrooms. They can't even sleep. And they are having high blood pressures. And not understanding this, that this high blood pressure puts them into a risk zone of having a brain stroke, or having a heart stroke, or having a kidney stroke. If you are in the stress, and if your diastolic and systolic blood pressure keeps rising, the chance of having a stroke is right there. And when I see people, when I meet people who after the stroke are now paralyzed, they can't talk, they can't go to bathroom, bedridden, nurse is taking care, children busy, wife gets angry, how long will she take care? And then he or she is crying in their bed. And I really feel like saying, why didn't you do Yoga Nidra? Why couldn't you take control of your own mind? Why couldn't you be stress-free? Why? That's a very big why. Unfortunately, the medical fraternity tries to bring down your blood pressure with the medication. But if I have any pharmacist sitting over here or a doctor sitting over here, they know it, that the side effects of taking these blood pressure medicines are too many. And that's why they need to increase the dosage. They'll say, cut down your salt. They'll say, cut down this and that. They'll say, go for a walk. Why I chose the ICMR to do this? Because that was my objective, that let all the doctors who really wish health for their patients recommend and prescribe their patients to do Yoga Nidra. If you do Yoga Nidra every day, For surely, it's not now my word, it's a science word. It's the word of the Indian Council of Medical Research scientists. 2 of the scientists came to Delhi to submit me the preliminary report, and they were saying that we ourselves were very suspicious and very doubtful. How can just 40 minutes of lying down and following some instructions can improve upon the blood pressure? But we were shocked when we found that not only the BP came down, but also their cortisol levels came down. And also their insulin levels came down. And also the inflammation levels came down, the CRP. Also the homocysteine levels came down. We are sheerly shocked, that's what I can say. And on behalf of our council, we really wish to say a thank you for giving us this beautiful method. It's not just a mumbo-jumbo said by some illiterate yogi. It is something which now the science is agreeing to, and science is ready to endorse it. As I speak, my people are working to submit this report to the health minister, to all the senior concerned people, and all to the senior who are running the medical institutes. And then, I say, please go ahead, you can do your own research in your own way, but just do the Yoga Nidra, and let's see what the result would be. Mind can be your enemy, mind can be your friend. When mind is stressed out, you have created an enemy in you. Although Jesus says, love your enemy, but stress is not the enemy which you should love. And we don't have to fight with our own mind. We just need to understand that worry is not going to give you anything. Worry, and Ayurveda says, don't eat hot curry. If you eat hot curry, you will be having heartburns and acidity and flatulence. And if you keep on worrying, then you are putting yourself into a very dangerous situation. And if some health crisis happens, then nobody but you yourself would be responsible for that. And I feel, being your true friend, that's my responsibility towards all of you, to let you know about the beauty and the science of this yogic practice, that when you do Yoga Nidra, and also when you do the Nari Shodhan Pranayam, it is like taking a medication. In my years of experience with people, I found while doing the Yoga Nidra for little longer times, say 2 to 3 weeks, they begin to have a better sleep. And when you have a better sleep, then you have a better digestion. When you have a better sleep, you have good hormones. When you have a better sleep, your skin will glow. So lady, if you want to be beautiful, do Yoga Nidra every day. Because that's the way to come out of that stress mode into an absolute peaceful and calmed and relaxed mode. Not only, again, it is not something which is just affecting your mind and giving you good time that you did, oh, it was so nice and so peaceful. Yes, it is going to be indeed very peaceful and very, very nice. But the important thing is, it is going to help you where the problems are. And if the problems are in the body, then this is the way to make your body disease-free. See, disease in English, dis-ease. The dis-ease combined to becomes disease. When mind is in dis-ease, then there is a disease. And if mind is in not dis-ease, how can there be any disease? So if a body is diseased, then something is wrong in the mind. All religions have been talking about having great faith on God. But I find it is like a joke. People go to Gurdwara, people go to temples, people go to gurus, and yet they have no faith. They don't have that devotion, they don't have that bhakti. They think so they have it, but they don't have it. I always say this, the love for Lord, the faith for Lord is a medicine on its own. If we really had it, we would have been stress-free. But if we have stress, then this means our love for Lord is a sham. It's not true. We are just being a hypocrite. We wish to believe I'm a great devotee. Just because I write down a thick check to the religious institution doesn't make me a devout. I am a devout if I am stress-free. I am a devout if my blood pressure is fine. See, I don't wish to point finger onto you, and I don't wish to say that you are a bad person, but I really wish to say is this, that you can be so great. There is a possibility. I wish to say is that you can rise so high, you can be so great, that not only your mind is stress-free, even your body is disease-free. Whether it is Bani of Guru Nanak, or it is song of Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, or it is the Upanishad, or it is some fakir speaking, they all talk about love. They all talk about love. But when our mind has been tuned and trained to worry all the time, how can you love Lord? People sit down to do their mantra or their part, and mind is habituated to do worry. So they are reading the holy lines and mind is worrying. They are doing their part and mind is worrying. They are doing their mala, turning the beads, and mind is worrying. They are sitting in Gurdwara, Ragiji is singing, but mind is worrying. They are sitting with children, you worry. You go out of the home, you worry. You sit in a home, you worry. You go to office, you worry. And you worry. And then this worry doesn't let you sleep. Another problem. When you can't sleep, tossing and turning all night, very big punishment. Very big punishment. To be able to be in a zone where you don't worry, it's not something which you just choose to do one day. Oh, okay, I will not worry. No. What we need to do is we need to create a space in the mind which is filled with purity, light, and love. And if mind is filled with purity, light of wisdom, and love, then it would be so easy to do what I am asking you to do. I love this bhajan. We want to love Lord and still we can't, so what should we do? Here is an answer in form of this song. प्रभु तू समाता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समाता
क्यों नहीं है।
प्रभु तू याद आता क्यों नहीं है, प्रभु तू याद आता
क्यों नहीं है।
मेरे मन में समाता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समाता
क्यों नहीं है।
प्रभु तू याद। प्रभु सारे जगत में तू समाया, प्रभु सारे जगत में तू समाया, मेरे मन में समाता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समाता क्यों नहीं है। प्रभु तू याद आता क्यों नहीं है, सब गाओ। प्रभु तू याद आता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समाता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समाता क्यों नहीं है। मैं व्याकुल हूँ यहाँ बैठा पुकारूं, मैं व्याकुल हूँ यहाँ बैठा पुकारूं, ये व्याकुलता मिटाता क्यों नहीं है, ये व्याकुलता मिटाता क्यों नहीं है। प्रभु तू याद आता क्यों नहीं है, प्रभु तू याद आता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समाता क्यों नहीं है, मेरे मन में समा love God, man wants to meditate on God, but your mind, when is in stress, just knows one thing, how to be more cranky and fragmented. Hence people fail to meditate or do the mantra jap or do any religious practice, whatever their religion is asking them to do. And then on the top, everybody is saying, don't think about world, think about Lord, don't think about world. And you close your eyes and you try to do that, and what you think is just the world. Office and home and family and friends and enemies and this and that, and your clients and the money and this problem and that problem. And somebody was saying, I don't know why, my whole telephone directory begins to come. You know, when these good phones, the smartphones were not there, people used to remember the phone numbers here, right? At least 10, 20, 30 numbers. Now people don't even know their own number. If somebody says, what's your number? Oh wait, let me check. Shelf, this is the number. Okay, this is the number. And this gentleman said, when I sit down to meditate, what my mind is just going through is just my phone directory, or my client's faces, or my boss face, and then one thing leads to another and another, and I'm just, my mind is doing just a monkey dance. From monkey, I'm recalling a story. One person went to a great yogi, and he said, I've heard yogis have some supernatural powers. Even I wish to have. Can you teach me something? I wish to have an ability to read people's mind and see in the future. And then I can also open up my shop, like so many astrologers have done. They make so good money, make them a phone call, and per second they are charging you. And people are calling, Vyā kado hoega? When will I get married? When will I have son? When will I have my green card? When will I have my citizenship? When will my wife come to me? A person said, I got married and my wife ran away after 2 months. She said, I'm not going to stay with you. So he calls the astrologer. When will my wife come? Okay, I'll do the astrological calculation and let you know. While he's doing the calculation, his meter is on. Per second you are paying. Per second you are paying. Oh my God. The person went to yogi and said, I need some power. Give me some mantra. Some real good mantra. Yogi said, okay, child, I'll give you a mantra. You'll have to do this for 7 nights straight. Whole night you have to do this mantra. 8th day you will have the superpower. He said, great. So Guruji gave him a mantra. I will not tell you that mantra. No. That I won't. But Guruji gave him that secret mantra. As he was about to leave, Yogiji called him back. He said, son, do this mantra, just one precaution. Don't remember any monkey. Monkey should not come in your mind. He said, what? He said, but why would I remember a monkey? I'll just do mantra. Okay, bye. I said, go. See you on 8th day. Oh, yes, sure. He went in. Did the preparation for the mantra. Took his bath, put up his asana and sat down on it. Did some burning of incense stick, lighted up a lamp, whatever was required to be done. And then he started the secret mantra. And a monkey pops in. And he said, shoo, go. And another monkey came. And then the 3rd comes. And then the 4th was peeping. And then the 5th came jumping on the head of the 1st. Then the 6th came, pulling the tail of the 1st monkey. And the whole night, this went on. It was morning. He said, okay, now I'll begin from, next night. And then I will not calculate this one as a day 1. So now, tomorrow it will be the day, 1 of my anushtana. So he started. But again monkey came. This time the black langurs also came. Problem. 3rd night like that. 4th night like that. 5th night like that. 6th day he went to Yogi and he said, what the hell? Why did you even utter the word monkey? What was the need to say this? You gave me mantra. I took the mantra. I was supposed to do it. And that's it. End of the story. Why did you have to use this word monkey? Don't remember monkey. Now I can only remember he's a monkey. So much so that when I see mirror, it seems like even my face looks like a monkey. And I'm going into the whole class of Darwin theory that we are born from them. And they are my forefathers. And maybe I'm having already the superpowers and my forefathers, my ancestors are coming to give me darshan. You see, I was your forefather. I said, why did you say monkey? So Mahatma Jis and Guru Jis and Baba Jis are saying, don't think about world, think about Lord. And world like a monkey is always running and racing in your mind. And then this is a collective idea which people have created, and that is that Nam Bhakti or Bhajan can only be done by some great yogi or a great guru. We are just householders. We cannot meditate because we cannot drop the idea of samsara from our mind. We cannot drop the idea of the mundane things which we do in every day. So it's an impossible task. That's not true. Absolutely not. But the only thing which is stopping you from going into this great devotion is nobody else but your own mind. So I would say, mind your mind. And if you mind your mind, then nobody else will mind. Be with me. Nobody else will mind. And if you don't mind your mind, I don't mind. But if you mind your mind, then you will know how important it is to mind your own mind. Isn't it important? Just because of stress you are having high blood pressures, just because stress you are having anxiety and palpitations and worry about future and worry about what will happen to my grandchildren, what will happen, the new regime is coming, so I don't know whether we'll get the benefits from the government or the government will go bankrupt the way it is going, and you are worrying about everything. Oh my God, what's happening in Syria and Iraq and what's happening in India and what's happening in Bangladesh. You have so much to worry. The whole world is on your head only. Bringing this crappy mind into a state where a mind is a peaceful mind. One thing is for sure, whosoever we are, whatsoever our religion is, whatsoever our systems of politics or belief systems are, we all wish to have peace of mind. We all wish to have a good deep sleep. And you know what? When you are too much stressed and your mind is compulsively thinking, you can never taste the deep sleep the way a child does. Have you seen a child sleeping? They look like angels. That's why we call balak to Bhagwan hai, bachcha to Bhagwan ka roop hai. Because their mind is absolutely in so calmness and they go in such a deep sleep, and you will never hear a child, having a blood pressure. Really, I really hope to see that this doesn't change. Although the teenagers are getting into this zone of anxiety, of palpitations, of feeling low, of inferiority complexes, and that is happening. The age is getting reduced day by day. But still I can say a 5-year, a 4-year, a 3-year-old kid, when they sleep, that is what the real sleep is. And they are sleeping on father's shoulder, their head is dropping down, they are sleeping. Their head is dangling, but they are sleeping. Sometimes they are walking and they are sleeping. The parents are just dragging them by the hand. They sit in the car, they can sleep. Put them in a bed, they can sleep. They're sitting on the sofa, they sleep. I know one time a child was eating and he slept. Mouth is filled with his food. And he would chew a little bit and go down, then he'll up, then he'll again chew. He is so sleepy, food is in his mouth, and yet he is sleeping. Let this child grow and she becomes an adult, in the stress and that untrained mind. Then you have a best bed. These days you have those numbered bed. Wife has 3 number, husband has 5 number. She has a softer one, he has the harder one. Yeah. So much tamasha for the mattress. And the air conditioner is there, and people have DGU, the double glass is put so that they cut off the sound. And they have everything, and yet they can't sleep. That's why they need a medication. Now I say, make a choice. Either you live your life, this crappy life, with just medication, or you learn to meditate. You choose. You choose. See, it has nothing to do that you will please God if you will do Yoga Nidra. No. It has nothing to do with God, but it has everything to do with you. Your mind will be saner, calmer, relaxed, your body will be disease-free, and then you will be in a position to do a meditation, or do a prayer, or do your simran, or do your jap, or do something, whatever your religion permits you to do, or expects you to do. You will be in a position to do that, only then, not now. That is job of the Guru to say, do the sumiran. They have also taught how to do it. But unfortunately, nobody wishes to go into those depths. How to do. People have stress, they want to be stress-free, but they won't go to somebody to take a help and ask how to be de-stressed. And I say, you don't need any medicine, you don't need an alcohol, you don't need a shopping, you don't need gossiping, you don't need anything. You just need to learn a simple system of Yoga Nidra. And that, if you do, don't do it at night time, because the probability of going to sleep is more, because body is exhausted. Don't do it just after eating heavy food. There should be a gap of 3 hours at least. If you've taken heavy lunch, wait for 3 hours, then do it. Otherwise, you can do it at any time. Body should be refreshed, energetic, rested. Then do this. It's just a 40-minute practice. I have recorded in Hindi language, in English language, and also Spanish language. 3 languages are there. Whichever is your choice, you can have. Somebody said, will you do in Punjabi? Yes, why not? Somebody said, would you do in Gujarati? I say, why not? It's just a matter of me sitting in my studio, which we have in the ashram itself. I don't have to go anywhere. And I have my wonderful sound engineer right here. So I just have to sit and do it. It's not a big issue. Only thing is that I wish to see you saner, calmer, and minus your medicines. Right? Now, very important thing. The stress is directly related to functioning of your liver also. Say if you are too stressed out and you have high blood pressure, then your liver too functions in a very slower mode, which will lead to amassment of cholesterol, which will lead to have higher triglycerides. Now this is one thing which I really have to mention about it, that in this clinical trial we found that doing Yoga Nidra had an impact on the triglyceride levels also. Now how did that happen? It happened because when the cortisol level goes down, that is the stress hormone, your heartbeat gets normalized, your blood pressure is getting normalized, so there is no load onto the liver also. And liver is the second largest organ after skin in your body. And when liver functions well, your cholesterol level remains in a normal levels, and then there is no worry about it. People take so many medications just to bring the cholesterol levels down, and I think so now you are pretty aware. I think so last year or some 6 months ago, now the report is out that even the government, the FDA is saying this, that certain medicines which were being prescribed to bring the cholesterol down has damaged more. I won't take names, I don't have to. It was not needed, but they had no other option. They had no other option, so they were recommending, so people were taking. And now they say it is having a very harmful effect onto the liver, having effect onto the heart, and having effect onto the total health of the body. So doing Yoga Nidra helps your internal organs to function well. Besides giving you a so relaxed state that when you are done with your Yoga Nidra, this is what people have been responding to me after their experience of doing Yoga Nidra when I am conducting the class, and that is they are feeling lighter. And they feel as if they'll fly. They are so saner and happier and calmer. And they're feeling beautiful inside. And you know, when your mind is beautiful, life is beautiful. When your mind is beautiful, even your wife and your husband, who you had 100 reasons not to like, even they would be nice. It doesn't seem nice. You see, if you have a jaundice, then whatever you see has a yellow tone, right? If somebody has a jaundice, everything is yellow tinged and toned. When your mind is saner, relaxed and happier, the whole world will seem to you happier, saner, calmer. The trees will be more greener. The ocean will be more blue. The sky will be fantastic. And children will be lovely. And wife will be beautiful. And husband will be handsome. Yes, it will. See, when you are irritated and unhappy, you are going to vomit this frustration onto others. And nobody else but your own loved ones are victim of your frustrated mind. So when you do Yoga Nidra, not only you gain the benefit, even your family gains. Is an eye surgeon in India. So after attending my shivir, that was in Rishikesh, he met me after say 6 months or so, and he says to me that my staff was saying, go and meet Gurumaa. And I was wondering, why are they saying like that? So I had to ask, why are you saying like that? This is my staff and my personal secretary and my nurses. They were all in my office. And they said, sir, when you went to Rishikesh and did that meditation camp, and when you came back, you lost your anger, your irritations, your yellings. All the time you were yelling at us and saying harsh words to us. But when you came back from the camp, you were so nicer, you were so calmer, you were so good, and now you are going back to that same old doctor. We don't like that old doctor. We like that doctor who was nicer and good to us. So we request, when is the next Gurumaa's camp? Please go there. Another thing, one of a lady, she said to me, she had a history of heart problem. Then after the sadhana, the yogic practices which she learnt, and she was doing it nicely, and her doctor was getting very happy, and he said, whatever you are doing, please keep doing, because my medication never gave such good reports, and now it's so good report, so keep doing whatever you are doing. But he said, please tell me, what are you doing? So she explained to him what she was doing. And then somehow, situations happened. She couldn't come to me, and some issues happened. She stopped her own practice. And then her doctor said, it seems you are not following what you were supposed to. When did you last meet Gurumaa? He said, it had been now a year or so. You pack your bags and go to Gannor. Don't come to me, because I know when you are meditating, when you are doing your pranayam, when you are doing your yoga nidra, you are so good. And I wondered, why are you here with me? I cannot really help you. Who can help you? Go there. And now it's not me, the person, who can help anybody. It's not me, the individual, who can help. But it is the great lineage of our yogic practices which can help. So I always say, I am like an ambassador, and I am like a postman or postwoman. Yeah, I'm like a postwoman who is bringing this message to you of a great sages, of a great masters, who are great scientists in their own capacity, and giving you this message that if you strike out a time of say 40 minutes every day and do Yoga Nidra every day, soon you will find, as I had talked in length and breadth, the behavior changes, the cognitive changes which come because of the stress. These all things will begin to go, and what would be left would be a peaceful, a happier, a saner, a relaxed you. And I am so eager to see you in that state. I am so wanting you to be in that state. And that would be best thing which you can do for yourself. Please do that. Please do that. And with this, we come to the end of today's session. See you tomorrow again. And next week is, this very week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is the Ananda Utsav, the 3-day workshop which I'll be conducting, teaching you all these practices, and you'll get a chance to learn from me. And from morning 9:30 to evening 4, the sessions go on. It's a whole day thing. So around about 4 sessions are there which are conducted. And hope to see you tomorrow again. And tomorrow I can also take your questions. Please, if you have any, you can ask me. Itna hi keh ke Bani ko Vishram I'll help. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai